We've noticed a change in this, haven't we?
What's important, I think, for us to really look at is consumer behavior.
That's how we react as humans. We want it fast, we want it now.
And if you're still using the same marketing tactics, the same messaging, the same approach to that consumer from 10 years ago, you're missing out.
The consumer out there is thinking, there might be a better alternative.
We've found the institutions, we've brought them together in one place. And all of a sudden, you're instantly going in with 6, 7 offers, telling the person who wants to sell their house that I have 6, 7 offers right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Real Estate Consumer Shift podcast. I'm Jason Wells, and my pal here, partner in crime,
Tim Evans. Yes.
Welcome out. And today we're going to be talking about, well, as we always do, about the impact that the industry is going through from the consumer change, how the consumer has changed. And we talked last time, Tim, about just the consumer behavior and how they have fundamentally changed and how some of that accelerated through the pandemic.
It did. Yeah, it was great. Our episode last week definitely highlighted some of the changing and the mentality of the consumer when they shop. And it's just not with homes, but you can watch the car industry. You can watch how we shop online. You can see it happening everywhere. Uber Eats, Uber, all these services are coming into play. And Jason and I strongly believe selling a home is no different.
It really is, because the consumer is no different.
Right.
The individual buying that home is the same one that did the Uber Eats. It's the same one that ordered on Amazon. It's the same one that's looking for, to stream their video at home instead of going out to the movie theater, whatever the case is, right? That consumer is the same. So that behavior, how do we model that in real estate is what we have really been diving into to understand.
100%. And if you're catching us for the first time, this short podcast is to really highlight some things you might, if you're in real estate, might not be thinking about, what the consumer is actually doing, how they're behaving out there. And we just want to share with you, with Jason and I before we came on, we just talked about fishing in the pond that had the most fish, right? You want to be casting your line in that pond versus casting on dry land or in a pond that doesn't have any fish. So that's what this is all about, is to help you succeed, understand how consumer behavior is, and then what to do with that behavior, how we help you in that. So I'm excited for today. And
we're going to tell you where to actually go fish.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what we're talking about, because that was such a great analogy that you used as we started here, that you want to go where the fish are. I know my son, I'm not a huge angler. I try, but I'm casual. I don't know a whole lot. My oldest son has really got deep into it. And so I would take him to places for him to be able to fish. Well, I don't know where the best fishing places were. So we were going to, some of them were just like a neighborhood pond. Let's just see if we can catch something. And there's like no fish in there. So do you think we caught much? No. So do you think that there was much success with that? I mean, there was dad-son bonding time, but there wasn't, because we weren't where the fish are.
Right. And this is when you're dealing with customers and dealing with the product and service utility that we have, we strongly know and feel that we can get you into that pond where the fish are. It's just, you may have to, it's a paradigm shift, right? You just may have to move out of that area or that pond, or move to a whole new lake. In general.
There may just be a tributary from the lake you've been on that all the fish have now migrated out of, because the fit in terms of real estate, the pond everyone has gone to for selling homes has primarily been, let me tell you what your home's worth. Let me give you a home value.
Right. Very true.
How effective is that these days?
Yeah, not very. Or let me try to find a buyer for you and go through some marketing that may or may not work. And as a home seller, you have to go through that process, right? It takes time. It's a period, and it can either work or not work, because we do still have, to this day, canceled and expired listings, right?
We sure do.
So there's a telltale. So the sellers out there, or consumer out there, is thinking, there might be a better alternative.
Yep.
And that's what we're here to share. What would that be? And what does that look like? And are they searching that first, Jason, before they're calling a real estate agent? And that's what's really the key here in our findings.
It really is. When you go to Google, if you're going to go to Google, Tim, what are you going to search for if you need to sell your home as a consumer, not as a real estate agent?
Great,
but as a consumer?
Wonderful question. I'm going to go, for me, for example, I would go sell my home in Chandler, Arizona.
All right. let's just see what happens here. Okay, I'm going to put in sell my home in Chandler, Arizona.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, Chandler, Arizona. All right. In limiting it now narrowly, if you just could just sell my home, there's like over 6 billion returns, almost 7 billion returns. In putting in Chandler, we got 28 million returns for Chandler, Arizona.
And this is off of Google.
This is off of Google. So searching in Google, sell my home in Chandler, Arizona, 28.3 million returns for little Chandler, Arizona. And I don't know how you compete with that.
Let me ask a question. Now, that's a great question. That's very interesting. So I would say there's some fish there, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes. If there's 28 million pages dedicated to that, the fish are biting.
Now, let me ask one other question, if I may, because you have this right up on Google, and I'm pretty sure Google's got this wired in pretty well. I think we can all assume that. Do you see any, as you type that out, do you see anything for cash? You see best realtor in the area? As you go down through obviously when you Google something, you get the sponsored ads first, the paid ads first, right? And then it starts getting into the SEO piece of it.
So every sponsored ad on here is a cash offer of some sort. It's companies that offer cash offers, or it's an agent who here locally specializes in cash offers. It's all cash offer returns. And you go past these sponsored ones, and as I'm scrolling down, I have not seen any that don't say something like sell your house for cash, sell your house fast, explore your options, sell your house fast in Chandler. And then the sub thing talks about cash offers. We buy houses ASAP cash buy. I mean, I am going down.
You're well below the fold on the first page.
Well below the fold. I'm like, it's refreshing. It's refreshed twice as I scroll down, and there's not been a single agent
real estate company
return yet, or
something. So I would say a great exercise. If you don't believe it, just go to your city, hometown, and type in "sell my home," and that's in your specific area.
You're not prompting to say, I want to sell my home for cash.
Right.
Give me a cash offer.
Right.
You're just saying, the main thing I want to do, sell my house.
Yeah, sell my home in Katy, Texas, like we said earlier today. That was an example yesterday. There's also people will say, sell my home fast, sell my home for the most money, that kind of
Katy,
stuff.
Texas has 377 million
300,
returns.
And that's just right. A suburb out of Houston, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's in the Houston area. It's quite interesting. I was doing some of this research, playing around with this over the weekend at home, just typing in various cities, and it's amazing how many people are searching for the cash piece of it in the SEO sector of that.
100%.
So what that's telling us, and why we're doing the podcast is you want to be in that pool, right? You want to be casting the line.
You need to be in that pool.
Right. Because we believe and we know that people are searching for an offer first, right, Jason?
Yep.
We strongly believe that before they reach out to their favorite real estate agent.
Mm-hmm. If they can get an offer, if they have a way to make it simple, more convenient for them, it doesn't matter how many brownies or pop-bys or movies or pies you've given them.
how your calendar's sitting up on the fridge.
Right.
They're going to check it out first because it's curiosity, I think.
Well, there's a huge amount of that it's curiosity, right? That's just natural human behavior we should understand. And curiosity ends up, oh, now I found this thing. Well, this is interesting. Tell me more. And they realize there can be a perceived better way. Excuse me. And the reason I say a perceived better way is because the best way to sell your house is with a real estate professional. We are not at all advocating, never will advocate that you just take a cash offer and that's all it is. No, what we're advocating for here is that if the consumer is in this pond, and this pond, the bait that's biting is cash offers, you need that bait. when you go to the pond to fish, you have to fish with that bait of cash offers. It doesn't mean that the consumer takes it,
Right.
but you want to be the one that brings them the cash offers, because you bring them the cash offers, then you also are going to be the one who be able to take that listing.
100%. And I would say there is a shortcoming as we had done extensive research. Most of these companies, they provide one?
Oh yeah, all of them are one. You
One
go down
cash
here
offer.
and you know the names, the bigger names that are out there about it. Open Door, Orchard, Offer Pad, etc. Though it's one offer. You got one place. Come and we've got this one trick pony that'll be awesome for you.
Exactly. So what we did find is that the seller or the would-be seller or prospect would have multiple offers. And so that was very telling for us, right?
Yep.
That was very, very educating. It's like, not only are they stopping at ABC, they're even looking D, F. They're
Right.
going down the alphabet trying to
They've
find
gone themselves to all these different places before they got you in the house to do the listing
A, B, C,
appointment.
D, E. Yeah, exactly. They're going through it. So it's quite interesting in it because they are shopping, and that was shopping for offers first. So what we developed and our product and utility service for every agent out there is multiple cash offers, where we can bundle up the best out there and provide them to you as an agent, and that way you can give them to your homeowner.
Yeah, it's a platform that gives you the ability now to be the one delivering the cash offers. And these cash offers, you don't have to be the one writing the check for it, because we've found the institutions, we've brought them together in one place. The typical home that you submit there is going to get at least 4 offers just right off the bat.
Right.
And then you add in your offer of listing, add in any qualified buyers that you have, and all of a sudden you're instantly going in with like 6-7 offers that you're telling the person who wants to sell their house that I have 6-7 offers right now.
So the conversation with the prospective home seller becomes much different.
What does that start to look like, Tim? You've had a lot of those conversations.
Hey, I have a question. How does this work? What's the terms? This is interesting. When can I close? All of these questions just pop up. Can I stay in the home after I close? Is the rehab done while I'm in the home? Is it after I'm out? There's all kinds of wonderful questions. So when you're sitting with the homeowner, you're already working through some of the things that they're looking for and finding out much about what they're trying to get accomplished.
You're getting to the heart of their motivation.
Yes.
The heart. There's the motivation to sell, which can be like, I have a job relocation, and then you start seeing their tolerance for having the home ready and putting it on the market and all those things. And the answer to all your questions that the seller, that Tim was just saying, that the seller will ask is, what would you like? That's your response, because when you're doing these cash offers, you can negotiate. It's not just a take it or leave it. You can negotiate. So yes, you can have a stay in after. You can be in while repairs, or leave and then have repairs done after you leave and get paid the upside. You can just cash me out and I'm done with it. The answer is, what would you like?
What would you like? And it's always, if you can get what the seller wants and likes, right? And you can display that and provide that, 9 times out of 10 times, 10 out of 10 times, they're going to do business with you.
They're doing it with you.
Yeah, because you're providing everything that they want and need, get them all the certainty, convenience right up front. I use the analogy of the Uber. Like, that's when that came out back several years ago, I was blown away. And my first Uber ride, I remember, I was in Florida, and I downloaded the app, and then it said 3 minutes out, and literally you could watch the car come up,
Drive to you.
and it drive to you, and it's like, and I knew what the ride amount was. I knew exactly how long it was it was just like, wow. Mm-hmm. And that was a big paradigm shift for the company that developed that. So, the cabs, you don't have that, right?
It's when you find a cab, it's because they've got some sort of special interest group that has managed to block the access of Uber's convenient access to somewhere like it's an airport or something, and that's the only reason they're relevant.
That's right. So the homeowner's no different when they're going through this process, and they're actually buying a product service from you, and it's not they're selling their home, but they're buying a product or service. So when we come in with a listing presentation and a marketing plan and stuff like that, that's different. But when you come in with the offer position and you can answer questions, you can bridge that gap. It's a different game. You can convert at a very high level.
Well, you've satisfied their needs, right? The need that the consumer has when they're going through that part of things, and why this trend in these real estate transactions is towards so much cash offers. Recognize it's not cash offers acceptance, cash contracts, it's offers, right? That's what they want to see, is because the consumer needs to, and you've mentioned it, they need to compare, and they want convenience, and they want certainty. Those are like the three main C's they want.
And they want to feel like they shopped a little bit.
Correct.
So they want to feel like, hey, I got to shop. I got to look at this offer, compare here, and they can actually see, touch, and feel that. I will say, like when I'm in a buying mode, right, for product or service, like a car, I want to know like terms, conditions, and when you can get a homeowner to start talking in terms and conditions and those kind.
I would accept this much. I can't accept that much. This is what I plan to do with the money. You don't even have to ask those questions when you bring the offers, do you?
No, it comes out. And so when you start selling on terms and conditions, or helping them on terms and conditions, there you go. You got them.
You do.
You know where they are, and you know how to help them and move forward. But this is great. We have a lot to cover over our next few weeks and months in our podcast series. I would strongly recommend you, Jason, to jump on these, and we're going to definitely teach you how to fish, right?
Absolutely. We have found where the fish are.
Yes.
We know what the bait looks like. We're going to help you catch them, reel them in, and bring it home and cook it.
Yes, right.
And
we look pretty good maybe in some aprons.
I'll have to do one out by the barbecue one of these times.
Absolutely.
So if you haven't already, I want you to subscribe to our podcast on any of the listening platforms you're on, whether it's on Google Play or you're on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, any of them. We're available on all of them. Subscribe. You can also find us on YouTube, where you can see the video version. If you're not watching the video version here, you can see my mug and Tim's mug as well.
Great. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.